Welcome to your energy update with the angels. I'm Devon Duerr, angel intuitive and spiritual teacher. The overall energy right now is calling for you to spend more quiet time alone and see where you can add more enjoyment with life's little luxuries. This means getting out in nature with no electronics, nice long hot baths, reading your favorite book, journaling, and doing things in self-discovery. Okay, we're going to dive even deeper into this guidance and energy update for you, but first I'd like to invite you to affirm this guidance by writing in the comment section below this video, I easily find time for self-discovery. I easily find time for self-discovery. Now, you know the reason I put these affirmations in here are to help you open up to it, affirm it, see what resonates with you, see what doesn't, but also to customize it to this energy, because there's a lot of ways to write affirmations, but sometimes we're not even really sure where to start. And one of the things they're saying is a challenge for us watching this video at this point in time. And remember, these messages find you when they're meant for you. So you can come back a year from now and watch these, and there's probably a new message for you, or it's affirming something for you. But the challenge that they see for all of us right now who are watching this video and listening to these messages, myself included, is there's too much going on right now. There's something we need to make a decision about, or we need to just take a more playful approach. Maybe we're being too focused and too hard on ourselves and being too much of a taskmaster with creative projects. So there may just be too much going on. But then really at the beginning of this energy, when they're talking about the need for quiet time alone, what they're also saying is look around in your environment. Maybe you're somebody who's young, kids, and they tend to get rambunctious sometimes. Maybe you live in a busy home or neighborhood. Maybe you have a bit busy workspace, and you really need this time alone and quiet where you can sit and focus. And they want you to know they see the way you feel challenged to find that, but they've got some guidance for you coming up. They understand that that might be what's causing you to not be able to move forward with certain creative projects or plans. Now, one of the things you don't realize is coming in for you, it's something that is you are unaware of, is a new person is going to be entering your life. I am getting for some of us, this is a child, maybe a grandchild, or somebody who is looking to expand their family and have more children in their life. But for other people, this could be a romantic partnership or a friend that goes to a romantic level. So really check in with your intuitive abilities, because you are going to really know who this person is as they come in, because they're going to help you with finding more about this self-discovery. Now, one little thing they want me to mention to you here is this is not always an actual person. Sometimes it's a guide that comes in. So also make sure you're really checking in with your intuition when you meet new people, or you're really being open and aware to what loud and clear signs you're getting. One little side note here I'll let you know is when I'm really challenged to get a project going, or I'm really challenged to get something done, I will invite help to my spiritual team. I will ask my team to help me find the right help, to join my spiritual team to help me in spirit form with my projects. So the new person coming in for you could be a spirit guide, another archangel that's offering to work with you that maybe you haven't worked with before. So you really want to open up to that, but check in with your intuition, because this is what the angels will also remind us. The angels are very subtle. They will not tell you what to do. They don't want you to give your power away. So if something comes in and it feels like jarring or upsetting, that's not the energy they're talking about here. You should really feel solid. Your heart should feel yes. You should feel grounded and safe in this energy. Now, one of the things they recognize you've had to deal with lately is you've been in this like stalemate energy where you've been pretending there's not an issue and you've been forced to make a decision, and you did finally go ahead and make that decision. I think it might have been a very recent video that they were letting us know there was something. We were pretending there wasn't a problem, we needed to face it. So hopefully you were able to figure out what that was for you in your life and make a decision. But that does sometimes cause everything to suddenly come to a standstill. But the guidance from the angels at the time you're getting these messages, it's a Mercury retrograde right now for me. I do have my natal Mercury retrograde, so here nor there. I digress. At the time you're hearing these messages, they want you to know that things are looking really good, but you might feel like, oh my gosh, I finally made this decision to let this go, or to take action on this, or to have this conversation, and now nothing's happening. Well, They want to encourage you to have patience because you have planted the seeds necessary to get things going. So go ahead and make long-term plans. If you can't do anything right now to take action, start thinking about a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. What do you want in your life? That will really help you get out of that stuck energy, and it will help start laying the groundwork for what's coming in for you with these new relationships. So again, they're saying very soon there's something coming into your life. You are going to be taking a relationship to a new level. You're going to be taking an intimate relationship to a healthier level. And they really want you to just really carefully weigh all your decisions when it comes to people in your life that you care about. And also be careful not to just immediately go thinking that it's time to go reconcile with your ex. It might be that you're feeling the energy of your ex because you're about to meet that next person. And that's actually a cord attachment thing that I have to do an entirely another video about to go into right now. Or you can go check out some of my videos from a long time ago on my channel where I talk about cord cutting. But essentially, a lot of times when we're about to open a door to a new phase in our life, people from our past will feel us energetically pull away. And that's when you'll get those random text messages from your ex you haven't seen in 10 years because they can feel your energy moving on. Or it could even be 3 days. But you know what I'm talking about. Just trust me, if all of a sudden you're moving away from something and people are trying to get you to come back, that's something they want you to check in with your intuition and say, you know what, this probably isn't for you. Because most of the time, if that relationship didn't work out and it was done and over and there was no, you went your separate ways, most likely you are meant to go on to do something else. So that's why the angels are asking you, hey, make sure you're really checking in with your intuition. But you are going to get a lot of important psychic insights. You are going to realize there are things going on behind the scenes that is going to give you the courage to move forward. And they do want you to release any fears that are holding you back from taking these steps. So just keep checking in with your spiritual team, checking in with your intuition every step of the way. Now, you may see a lot of people around you taking vacations, needing more rest, maybe not being willing to help you with this decision you just made. Let's say, for example, you went to your spouse and said, I want to take a job offer, but it's going to require us moving. And your spouse isn't really ready to say, okay, well, let's go house shopping. Maybe they agree, let's do it, but they need more time to really think about what they want that new house to look like, how they feel about it. Let them have that time, but also be compassionate and loving and let them know you do want to be able to make these long-term plans. So that's why they're talking about this patience thing. Sometimes we've been thinking about something for a long time and we go to a loved one and we tell them our decision and it's the first time they've heard of it. And so at first they're like, no, absolutely not. I'm not into that. Or sometimes they'll sleep on it. They get used to the idea. You have several compassionate heart-to-heart conversations, and then they go, oh, you know what? Now that I've thought about it, now that I've slept on it, now that I've heard what you mean, I understand. Okay, I think I'm going to get on board with this, but I just need a little more time. So you just might find that somebody around you needs a little more time and space to get on board with where you're going in your relationship, or it could just be that they need a little more time to let go of you. It could be that you've said to them, like, I'm moving on and you're going to have to let go of me because I need to go do these new things with my life. And you're going to see that they're really hurting. But we want to remember, we don't want to enable people. We do want to set healthy boundaries. So you'll know what this is for you. I feel like somebody just needed to hear that. It doesn't mean that, let's say you did go through a breakup. It doesn't mean that you're required to sit on the phone with that ex 3 hours a night while they get over you. That's not what I'm saying at all. They're just saying, understand that these people are going to need time. I mean, it could even be somebody like a colleague where you've said, hey, I'm not going to be on this project anymore. I'm not going to be working here anymore. But you become friends. And at first they're just really upset with you for leaving. And then after, if they have a little few days of time to think about it, they're like, you know what? She's my friend. I really want her to have this opportunity. And then maybe we can work together again someday. They'll get there. Just give them time. That's what they're saying. Give those loved ones time around you. And if it is somebody that you want to take a friendship to another level, maybe you are asking them out on a date and they're saying, you know what, I just got out of a relationship. I need a little more time. You'll know who that is for you. So check in with your intuition. And the next thing they want us to be really aware of is that we might get caught in nostalgia if we're not careful and romanticizing the past. So they're bringing up that ex again. But it's not just the ex-lover. It can be an ex-schoolmate that you went to college with and you're reminiscing about old times and you're thinking you want to start planning a vacation together or something. But when you really get quiet and listen to your intuition, you realize, you know what? We kind of grew apart and it's because we grew into different people, Or maybe you're realizing now all of a sudden, you know what, I've kind of outgrown that energy. I don't like those busy, crazy vacations. I want to have quiet time alone, reading my book on vacation. So again, you'll know what this is for you, but trust that you do need to check in with your intuition before you agree to some of these things coming in for you. Another thing they want you to know is that it's also sometimes okay to think back about really amazing times from your childhood, to remember that innocent feeling of what a child wishes for, what a child loves. Something as simple as sitting down and coloring was something that could fill a whole afternoon for me as a child, and it was a joyful thing. And then you get really busy and you realize, oh my gosh, I don't have time to do that. But if you do set aside that quiet time alone, you might find you do feel like doing that again, or you do feel like picking up some hobby that you used to do, that you used to love, that got put on the back burner there. Now, they do want you to know that when you focus on finding luxury in the little things, finding time for self-discovery, you are going to begin to see your wishes come true. So whatever it is that you are worried about right now, focusing on life's little luxuries is going to really help you release that anxiety. So that's that reminder there too, to have patience. That sometimes the anxiety comes from the fact that you're ready to take action on something and all the puzzle pieces haven't quite come into place for it to happen. And so again, going back to your personal power, where it's going to be checking in with that intuition and really focusing on releasing fears, they want you to be aware that sometimes the reason things aren't moving forward is because there's something going on behind the scenes you're not aware of, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It could be that you're waiting on someone else to change their mind and you don't even know that they're about to change their mind. And I have so many examples of this where I've been wanting to do a project with somebody and I've mentioned it to them and they've just kind of said, well, maybe, I don't know, kind of hemmed and hawed. And right around the time that I just give up on the idea that this person might want to collaborate with me, all of a sudden they say, actually, I've got a free weekend. Let's talk. Let's get going. And I know a lot of other people who have had this happen, my own clients, people that I work with currently, where they really think that a contract has ended working with somebody and then they realize, no, that person just wasn't quite there yet. They needed more of that space and time. As they were saying before, they needed more time to take a break or sleep on it. Maybe they just needed to get away for a little bit to get a new perspective. So that's going to be really helpful going forward if you can look at those around you who just might need a little more time. And then again, remembering to check in to see, are you romanticizing the past? So this very same example could be, you knew, okay, I'm probably not going to be working with that person again. We fulfilled our contract. We're done. We're moving on. And right about the time that you're starting a new project, they call you up and say, hey, that was really fun. Why don't we start that again? And your intuition goes, but you know what? Towards the end there, it really wasn't working out. And they're saying, oh, it was great. Don't you remember getting coffee every day and laughing it up? And you're going, yeah, I did until the end. And then there was a deadline and it was stressful. So you'll know who this is for you coming in, because again, it's not everybody's here to talk about romantic relationships or spouses or intimate ones. It could be creative projects, but the fact that you did recently go ahead and make a decision is what the angels want you to focus on and commend you for and applaud you for. They know that you did this and they know it was hard. And they know that once you made this decision, it gave you the energy to really just get going on something with some new path that you want to take. And they understand that it's frustrating that you're being asked to have patience. But one of the ways to do that, again, is to start making long-term plans. Go ahead and act as though things are moving. Just don't actually take action on them yet, especially if the other people are not fully on board. Just give those people the time. Another thing they're saying for me is some of the people that you might be wanting to make plans with, maybe they're just having some health issues of their own. Maybe they're overworked. Maybe they're having some stress-related health concerns, and they're finally taking time away to get better, to get healthy. And, once you get healthy, you all of a sudden realize, oh my gosh, I've got all these things I want to get done. And then you get busy. So it's not that you're necessarily saying you don't want to spend time with somebody, you don't want to continue a project. It is that you're just saying, hey, I got to get caught up, and I've certainly had that happen myself, where I've caught a little cold And I was about to say yes to a project, and I had to say, you know what, I'm going to need more time before I commit to that. And then once I got more time, I was like, I'm on board. I can't wait to do this. And then everything felt right. And that was part of my spiritual team letting me know, check in with your body's health too, see where you are. Because if you want to really be able to put everything into this project that your heart wants to put into it, you need to be at your optimal health. The people around you need to be healthy, and it needs to be allowed to unfold in the way it's allowed to unfold. So let's use my favorite pocket affirmation here that you've heard me say so many times. I am in divine flow. Go ahead and put that in the comments below. That will help you with the patience, because when you realize that you're in divine flow and you really own that energy, then you don't really feel like you have to be patient, because you're really embracing the current energy. And take advantage of that temporary standstill. Take advantage of having to have patience and go and do something that you enjoy. Like I think I've mentioned in the past, I love making homemade popcorn with coconut oil and fresh organic grass-fed butter, and melting it on my popcorn bowl and enjoying a favorite series on TV quietly that I know nobody else would watch with me. I could indulge in one of my girl movies that I like, or something like that. I love comedies. But I'm off on another tangent here, because I just wanted to give an example of something that doesn't cost me any extra, really. Maybe the cost of the popcorn, but I've already got the TV series. And you know what? I'm waiting on some people to make some decisions about what the plans are and whether we're moving forward. But you know what? I think I'll take off work a little early this afternoon, and I'll spend a little quiet time alone watching my favorite shows. Those are the kinds of things that you can bring into your life right now that will help you to have the patience you need to allow everybody to get where they need to be positioned in their health, in their motivation, and be in the right place at the right time, because you are in divine flow. I am so grateful you are here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Remember, take time every day to connect with the angels.